All right. Good day, everybody. It is Monday. It is a Monday, June the 20th, 2022. Sorry for us being late, but I don't know. My computer needed an update. The computer wouldn't allow the camera to work. So I had to do an update real quick to get the camera uploaded. So sorry about that for being late. Is what it is. So let's start off with today's LWN's headline hits is brought to you by Mike and Mike Lindell, My Pillow, mypillow.com. You can save up to 66% by using promo code LWN. All right, let's hit the headlines. Some stuff in the headlines really disturbing, and then some things that I want to show you guys. I want to connect the dots for you that I reported last week, and here they go. I'm going to tell you what the plan is. All right, first off, happy Father's Day, belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. I had a great weekend. I hope you guys did as well. But it seems like there are people out there that would like to give dad a different gift this year and in the coming years. So comedian W, Bell urges dads to fight for abortion in Father's Day PSA. What is that all about? Well, the comedian and CNN host W. Bell is using Father's Day to urge dads everywhere to take up the fight in favor of abortion, claiming that the systematic killing of unborn children is a human right and that it benefits women and men. The pro abortion video titled Dads for Choice encourages people to give the gift of abortion for Father's Day. Isn't that just beautiful? As a father, you're out there telling people to give the gift of abortion while he's holding his young daughter. She must be about 4 or 5 years old. Here's something else that I saw in the memes over the weekend on Facebook. The meme said, "You're here because your dad is not queer." All right, next headline. Let's talk about the effect that abortion has on our economy. Congressional Republicans report that abortions cost the US 6.9 trillion, that's with a T, 6.9 trillion in 2019 alone. Nearly 630,000 abortions cost the United States roughly 6.9 trillion with a T in 2019 alone, according to the report released this week by the Republicans on the Joint Economic Committee. Now, the committee released the report in response to claims by the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who should be fired immediately, and other economists that restricted abortions would negatively affect the economy by diminishing the labor market outcomes for women. I mean, you seriously, when you read these articles, I really just scratch my head and go, are these people for real? They're really putting this stuff out here. But here's a very disturbing number at the bottom of this article. If you guys want to catch it, you can catch it in Breitbart. Since 1973, when Roe v. Wade was introduced and ruled on and abortion became legal in America, did you guys know that 64 million, with an M, 64 million babies have lost their lives since 1973? That's pretty sad, folks. And the thing is if we had anything else like this in the United States that was something that conservatives believed in, and it was taking 64 million babies' lives or black people's lives or transgender lives, 63 million, you would know for a fact that the left would be all over this. They'd be fighting like hell to make change and to make a difference. But because we're talking about babies' lives and abortion, they don't care. They don't give a damn. All right, moving on. Let's talk about what happened over the weekend. I know everybody's talking about it. Everybody's seen the video. If you haven't, you can catch it on Twitter. You can catch it on Breitbart. Joe Biden falls off a bike after foot gets stuck. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. This is definitely more of the same. The guy continuously falling down, tripping going up the stairs on Air Force One, turns around, tries to shake hands with the invisible man on the stage, chasing ice cream trucks down the road. I mean, just more of the same. But President Joe Biden reportedly fell off his bike in Delaware on Saturday morning after getting his foot stuck. I watched the video. Yeah, it really happened. POTUS fell down off of his bike on his way back from the trail. He got up and said, "I'm good," and said that his foot got stuck in the pedal. Believe what you want to believe, whether this guy is for real or if he's an actor or clone or CGI. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, what an embarrassment to the American people. What an embarrassment to Americans around the world having a president like this. And the fact that nobody comes rushing in. When this guy takes a tumble or a fall or any of this stuff, we've talked about it many times here at LWN. Nobody comes in. Secret Service isn't there to pick him up. They don't have an ambulance there or anything. He doesn't get checked out, um, which really just brings a lot of suspicion to it, right? So believe what you want to believe, but the problem is this is just not this is abnormal behavior from a president, and it's more abnormal for the people around him not really caring or seeming to care or pay attention or protocol, right? Okay, next headline. Let's talk about the triple threat. Texas triple threat leads Hispanics voters to a seismic shift toward GOP. What are they talking about? Well, I keep reporting on this and I want to highlight these articles because I don't want you guys to lose faith. I want you guys to know that there are things being done behind the scenes. There are things happening to those machines. There are things happening inside of current state legislations right now, making changes, honoring certain rules and regulations. There are things happening. And the other thing that's happening, besides all of that stuff that we're talking about that happened with the 2K donkeys and the thing that happened November of 2020, is American people are waking up from all ethnicities, all religions, all backgrounds, all colors, all shapes, all sizes. People are waking up. So Republican Myra Flores' special election victory on Tuesday is the latest in the mounting evidence that Hispanic voters are inching away from the Democrat Party. Now, remember, they are opening our southern border to flooding illegal immigrants to come to this country because they're hoping and praying that these people, if they let them in, they're going to vote Democrat. That's not the case. Hispanic Americans are very conservative in their values and their morals. They are family, God first, family first. They love America. They love their family, and they have conservative values. They're finally waking up to a lot of what the Democrats have been spinning and putting out there. They're no different than the black community. They have been taken advantage of, and I think they're starting to wake up. This lady, Flores, defeated Democrat Dan Sanchez by 8 points in a heavily Hispanic 34th district, becoming the first Mexican born woman in Congress and the first Republican to represent the Gran Rio Valley in nearly 150 years. That's a big deal, folks. That is a huge victory for conservatives right there. All right, let's move on to the next article. This is a little bit it's a little bit concerning for me, but I know what the cause is. So let's talk about it and then I'll tell you what the cause is. Gallup poll, belief in God among US adults dips to all-time low. I won't spend a whole lot of time on this. You guys can catch it in Breitbart if you want. Belief in God among U.S. adults sank to an all-time low this year, according to a recent data from the Gallup poll survey. According to the survey, most U.S. adults, 81%, believe in God. But while that figure seems high, it is actually the lowest percentage ever reported in this survey. Up until 2011, over 90% said that they believe in God, but the number has continued to drop, now down 8 points from the 89% who expressed belief in God in 2016. The previous low was set in 2014 when 86% said that they believed in God. Now, why am I bringing this to your attention? I'm bringing this to your attention because one of the sentences in this article says overall 17% currently say that they do not believe in God, and according to the survey's findings, young people and leftists are the most likely not to believe. I'm bringing this to your attention because I believe lots of young people out there are being groomed not to believe in God. That's what they're taught in the public school. That's what they're taught in college. They're taught that there is no creator. Everything happened with either the Bang Theory or evolution or Scientology or some ridiculous new findings, new beliefs. Our children are the ones that are suffering from our education system, and now a lot of them are choosing that they just don't believe in God anymore because guess why? My teacher told me there is no God. All right, next headline. UK. UK Army commander tells troops prepare for a land war in Europe. What's that all about? Incoming commander of the British Army has reportedly told his troops to prepare to fight a land war in Europe, citing Russia is a significant threat to the peace on the continent. General Sir Patrick Sanders, the British Army's newly appointed overall commander, is said to have told his troops to prepare for a potential development in Europe in order to counter the threat of Russia. Now, I'm not going to read any more into this. It goes into 1941, and this commander said that. This commander said this. I'm telling you right now, I'm just putting that out there that Europe seems to be posturing for something else. So just pay attention to that. All right, last two articles of today. Be prepared, folks. Here we go. I've been warning you guys about things, and it seems to come about. So just pay attention to this right here. Jane's Revenge plans Roe v. Wade reveal, quote, night of rage, end quote, carrying that anger out into the world, expressing it physically. The radical pro-abortion group Jane's Revenge is planning more acts of domestic terrorism when the U.S. Supreme Court's decision on Roe v. Wade is revealed, dubbed a night of rage, an anonymous call to action against patriarchal supremacy. The group posted its plan in the Anarchist Library website at the end of May in expectation of the ruling expected sometime in June. So I'm not going to read any more of this either. What I'm telling you right now is they're already putting it out there. They're already telling people that they're ready to get physical, and that they're going to have a night of rage. What does that mean? Lots of speculation there. Anybody could, I guess, interpret that any way that they want. But in years past, in months past, their game plan, their track record, their history is to riot, to burn, to loot, the game plan. So I'm putting it out there. As soon as Roe v. Wade is handed down, their decision from the Supreme Court, be prepared for these activists to get buck wild. That's all I'm going to say. All right, last headline for today. This one right here really infuriates me. I've already told you guys, be prepared for what's coming down the pipeline. I'm telling you today, this is phase one of that plan. I've heard other economists that is tied to the current administration put out similar information. So here it is. Biden advisor Sperling on recession fears, quote, too many people not realizing how successful our policies are, end quote. Let's read a little bit further into this article. On Friday's broadcast of MSNBC's Chris Jansing reports senior advisor to President Joe Biden's Gene Sperling responded to a survey showing that a majority of the CEOs expect a recession in the next 18 months, and stating that we think too many people are not looking at the more reassuring elements of resilience in the economy right now, and that they're not realizing that America's rescue plan put a historic number of people back to work. Now, I've got a point to this article, just stay with me here. Host Chris Jansing asked, so look, because of fuel prices, it's fueling inflation. There are concrete fears of recession. There was one survey recently that said 60% of CEOs expect a recession in the next year to year and a half. The president believes a recession is not inevitable. Is that his natural optimism or based on something that you can share with us? And this is his response. Sperling responded, we think that too many people are not looking at the more reassuring elements and resilience of this economy right now, and they're not realizing that the American Rescue Plan put historical number of people back to work. People have called it the great return back to work. Are you kidding me? Today we just got out state unemployment numbers. Now listen to this. There are 30 states in the United States where their unemployment rate is already below what it was before the pandemic hit. And I'm going to stop right there because this is where I get really, really pissed. I told you guys last week that the entire Democratic caucus was meeting in DC and that they were going to talk about their plan on how they were going to present a messaging propaganda campaign to the American people about how great this economy is. I also reported last week or the week before how Biden's own press secretary made statement to this economy is a historical economy, is the best economy that we have seen since 1990 or 1960. I told you guys that. Here is their propaganda. This is what they're putting out. They are now all coming together, making a plan, and they're going to spin this propaganda. Now they're telling people that there is a great return to work and that unemployment rates are below what they were before the pandemic. So you're telling me that the economy that you guys are living in today is better than what it was under the Trump administration when we had the record low unemployment rates across all genres. Women were working, Black Americans were working, things were thriving under the Trump administration. Here we are with record high inflation, record high gas prices, and these SOBs are coming out and spinning that we are now under the best economy in history, that we have record number of unemployment rates since before pandemic. Are you kidding me? People have thrown in the towel. They have given up. They've quit working. People have absolutely quit working. That's why there is a record number of unemployment rates. There are people probably jumping off of buildings right now because they can't stand this economy. I warned you guys, here it comes. This is just step one. Be prepared for all the lies that the left is going to spin about how great this economy truly is. And we all know it's nothing less than a dumpster fire. All right, folks, today's Podbean is going to be canceled. Tammy is not feeling well, so the Warrior and the Hammer is going to take Monday off today. Let her heal up for the week. So I will be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. All right, have a great day. God bless.